Wow. Giving up yourself for the good of someone else. That's what comes to mind. I think about my family, honestly, because I've told my wife this a lot of times. I appreciate you so much because I neglected you chasing my dream. Every year, the time that it took to put into what I went through, you know, for you to be there, you know, for whatever I needed. There was a lot of neglect. I'm talking about the time that we could have spent together, you know? And so that's sacrifice. That's giving up yourself for the love of someone else. Being driven and determined to accomplish a goal. That's what comes to mind. A certain level of accomplishments achieved over a period of time. My drive comes from within. I think it's, you know, it's funny because someone asked me one time, if you can put one characteristic in your children, what would it be? And I said, driven, to be driven. You know, because I believe if you are driven, that's half the battle. How many kids do we know that just don't want to do nothing? They just don't have no passion, just not driven to do anything. And so to be driven means to me is to go after whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you dream about, and so that comes within. I'm driven from within, and I think that's a God gift that was given to me. Yeah, I think you feed off the people around you. And if you have people that are around you that are driven and determined to do things that are truly special, I think it lifts you up, you know. If you're around someone that's negative and has a bad energy and, you know, not a believer, then you're gonna rub off, or that person is gonna rub off on you at times, maybe some of their actions or whatever it might be. That's why I believe it's truly important, especially for young people, that you get around people that are like-minded. And that was, to me, that was most important at a young age for me. High school and college, my school years, I should say, I was around people that were like-minded, that were driven like I was driven. There was no use in me hanging around somebody that wanted to spend 7, 8 years in school. You know, they just wanted to mosey through school. There was no use for me to hang around those people because I wasn't driven like them. I wasn't like-minded as they were. I think it does because you understand truly what it takes to get from that point, being at the bottom, to the top. And also you understand, you know, you can identify with everybody, with all people that come from where you come from. And then once you get there, you can also identify with people that are at the top. You know, it's hard to be at the top and identify with people at the bottom. It's hard to have conversations. It's hard to motivate those people because how do you know? How do you know what they're feeling, what they're going through if you've never been through it? If you've always been at the top, you've never had the struggles. You've never been crying to the point of being inconsolable. You know, how do you know? And so I think starting from where I started from, for one, it built humility in me, but it also built pride, integrity, all those things that we talk about. That was built in me because that's where I come from. Well, you mentioned greatness. In order to be great in anything, it takes consistency. I mean, that's just kind of the number one rule of being great is being consistent. And anybody that has been great has been consistent over a period of time of doing the same thing over and over again. You know, a lot of people call that insane, you know, and you can say it's insane doing the same thing over and over, but you know, you get the results, I would say, in whatever your walk of life, whatever your journey is, what you choose to do. If you remain consistent, doing the right thing though, remain consistent, then that leads to greatness. God never promised us that anything would be easy, right? You know, he never promised that life would be easy. You know, in fact, the hardest thing is as he says, is fighting the flesh. It's fighting our own natural desires. That's why, you know, for us, it's about the spirit of the man that's inside, right? Nurturing the spirit that's inside, the good spirit. And so I think people have, you know, they you know, because they want the microwave blessings, as you say, they're not really, I think, searching for what God wants for them, you know, what their inner passion is. They're just thinking about, you know, maybe the monetary things or you know, what the flesh truly wants, if you will.